Stay fly, stay fly.
I tried to do the math on back shots and masks, but it wasn't. It didn't add up to nothing that I could use. So, but I don't need an app to hook up with anybody. I can go out in the street.
Very true. But you brought.
I think that goes for most women.
Has this virus increased your drinking?
You're listening to the Fly Guy Show. They do everything on the fly and in such a fly manner. Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.
After all that party, the views expressed by the guests are only the views of the guests, unless we say we agree, unless explicitly stated.
Hey, this is Ernie Thomas here on the Bold School Podcast. You're listening to Seko Varner's Fly Guy Podcast. Support, like, subscribe, and share. He's saying some good things. Share it. Don't keep it to yourself.
All right, it's live, and it's Seko, the Power Broker, at Seko Varner. I'm the Power Broker, here with my man, DJ. Right, for another episode of the Fly Guy Show. It's a series of conscious melanated conversations to improve our collective situation. And what we do is we just kind of chop it up and deal with things that are happening in the ethos to make our situation improved. And I brought on my good brother from another mother and father, DJ Wright. Introduce yourself, good brother.
Hey, man, how's everybody doing? Jay Wright. You might have caught our first broadcast where we talked about the coronavirus. I am a coronavirus survivor, and I'd like to shout out all of our survivors. I'd also like to say blessings to all of those, unfortunately, who we've lost to this really bad, incredibly dangerous killer in our community right now. But right now, we want to, kind of offer you a little infotainment, a little fun, a little insight, and hopefully help some folks out that are dealing with the loneliness. So let's get right to our panel. We have a total of 6 guests, including myself and Seko. So I guess we'll just start off with a lovely woman who is single. Everybody on this show is single, including myself, except for Seko. He's married. He's off the market, ladies.
Except for me. Yeah, I'm married. You got to say that loud or my wife will get mad.
Right. So let's start off with Nick Banks. She's a psychotherapist. I believe she's currently in Brooklyn. Hey, Nick. All right. And also we have a good friend of mine.
Before you do that.
Hey, how are you?
Okay.
All right. Before you do that, I want to say BK all day. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in me. Brooklyn is not a borough. It's a blood
Brooklyn
type.
chicks do it better.
Okay. So let's add
I have to agree with that.
Okay. BX stand up. All right. So anyway,
it's a blood type.
let's get our next guest on. A good brother that I know from his days at Arista and LaFace Records. My man Kevin Cooper. He's also a real estate developer as well. How you doing, Kev?
What's up, gentlemen? Hello, Miss Nick Banks.
Okay, all right. And coming up next, we also have Tracy Moore. She's a registered teacher in Virginia. I believe she also has roots from New York, right, Tracy? Yeah. I do not hear Tracy. Tracy, make sure that your mic is unmuted on your...
There you go, Tracy.
Are we good?
Hey, stand up.
All right, you know what? Take the time. I'm going to do one more introduction. Take the time to switch to your other headphones, and we'll try it that way. Okay? I don't hear her at all.
And who's next? Don't worry about it. Who's next?
And also, we have a television reporter, nationally syndicated television reporter, Skylar. How you doing, Skylar?
Good. I'm great. Actually, I'm not at nationally syndicated television. It's radio. I used to be TV.
Okay, got you. But she's worked in Canada. You worked in New York. You worked all over.
I have been all over the place, yes.
Okay, fantastic. Welcome to the show. I believe we may have lost Nick. She may have to join in, but let's just get the show rolling. And if you can, like I said, Tracy, if you need to log back out and log back in, because we still can't hear you. we can just go with that. So basically, folks, let's just talk in general. How has the coronavirus, as the fact that we're all single, how has that impacted you? And we'll start with ladies first. Let's start with Skylar.
Well, before I got my job, and I just recently got it, March 2nd is when I started at a national radio program. And before that, I didn't have a job, so I wasn't going out that much. But now I feel comfortable going back on, whatever I go on. And people tend to be a little bit more talkative, I've noticed. Like whether I'm only on one application, but it's so fast. You have so many options, and for both sexes, that if something doesn't spark right away, you're gone. You're on to the next person. Now I find that people are actually taking the time to respond to questions. They're a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more thoughtful, which is great. I don't usually get people who are rude or send weird pictures my way. I make that, I don't know why. Maybe I just don't have that face. But I've had several conversations over the last few weeks with men who are genuinely trying to connect. So I find that really interesting. Right.
Kevin, and then we'll get to Nick. Nick, you're just joining. We're basically just asking how the coronavirus has impacted your life, your lifestyle, in light of, it starting just a few weeks ago. Quarantining started in our area on March 16th, where they closed down theaters, restaurants, and so on. And so we're looking at about a month and a week in our area. I don't know if Virginia is a little bit different, but let's do Kev and then let's do Nick. Okay.
For me, I'll be honest with you, it hasn't really changed much because I got a nice view. I get to look outside. I get to see people. I am on I'm on the Tinder app.
So am I.
And it's funny for me. Like I use it more as entertainment. I used to use it strictly when I was on the bus commuting to the city, on the train, on the Metro North, or like I'm on the toilet, TMI, but it's entertainment for me. I find now that I do swipe more, but I don't know. Quality hasn't really been. I think it's too many women on there with too much going on. Like for me, I'm very. I think I'm like I don't know. It's Tinder has become a game for me. Swipe, yay! Swipe, yay!
Yeah,
that's how I use it.
Okay, all right. Well, in my case, I actually had a few relationships through Tinder. I can also add, for those that are not members or may not know, but now that the coronavirus has come up, Tinder allows you to use what's normally a paid service, where you can actually go into your settings and change your location to anywhere in the world. So if you are alone or you just want somebody to talk to that you match with, you can pick any location, Japan, anywhere in Europe, Africa, it doesn't matter. So just keep that in mind. Let's get to Nick. And I'm in addition to how this has affected you personally as a single woman, also, I guess, because you're a psychotherapist, maybe talk to us a little bit about what you're hearing from maybe some of the people that you're talking to, or maybe even some of your patients, obviously without giving away any private info, but go ahead.
Okay, so I don't have patients right now. I have clients.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, I mean, it's a difference. Patients are people that I see in the hospital. Clients are people that I see like professionally. So, like, I don't know, dating right now in the age of Corona has been challenging. Like for me and my partner, he actually had coronavirus, so I haven't been able to see him. While he's gotten better, but his birthday was yesterday.
Okay.
And so I'm like, I'd like to see you like could we have a virtual date? Like, what we gonna do? Because I'm not going to see him. It's just not happening because he's sick. So it's been challenging. But for my clients have really been dating online. And I've been telling people right now is the best time to like really have those authentic conversations with people without like the stressors of that sexual energy, or like, do I got to put out on the first date, or do I got to spend too much money to woo this chick? Like, so actually getting and having authentic conversations with people right now.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to Tracy. Tracy's down in Virginia. Obviously, Virginia, it has, if you're noticing state to state, every state's having a different attitude and approach to solving this problem. Georgia's already opening up all of their businesses starting tomorrow. Movie theaters are going to be opening up on Monday. So what's the vibe down there, and has this, changed or impacted you? And also, just for clarification, nobody in this group outside of myself has caught the coronavirus, right? I mean, you put your hand up if you're corona-free. Corona-free right now? Okay. All right. Good. So anyway, go ahead, Tracy. Just give us the vibe down in Virginia. I hear that restaurants are allowing up to 10 people at a time in your restaurants. I don't know if that's true or not. No,
it's not. Okay. That's not true. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. So anyway, so just go ahead and just talk about how it's changed your attitude.
Well, I mean, basically changed my attitude towards being on lockdown till June 10th. I've just accepted it as what it is. Primarily, I respect the fact that our governor, unlike a lot of the other governors, he's also a medical doctor. And so he's looking at data. He's looking at our best interests. There's restaurants are all doing pickup, curbside pickup. So you can order off the menu or order online, pay online. They're trying to make things as contactless as possible.
Okay. And what about you personally? Are you on any dating sites, or are you putting dating on hold until this quarantine is over? I mean, where's your head at?
I think that a lot of us in our emotions right now, whether the emotion be loneliness or anxiety. I like what Nick said about it's a good time to talk to people. But on the same token, and having used Tinder and had a couple of Tinderlings at one time, people use it as a joke, like you said, for entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, people use it as entertainment. I kind of don't be on it too much because actually I'm still friends with the guy. One of the first guys that I met, we've been friends now 3 years. He lives in Richmond. As far as any others, no. I just don't think this is a good time right now to be looking for someone out of your emotions, looking for someone to hug the loneliness away. I'd rather wait till we got Corona behind us a little bit. For me.
Right.
I think it's the best time.
Well, can you think people are going to be honest, Nick? Because, I mean, I think the next thing will be when a guy's trying to go shoot, girl.
What do you have to lie about right now? What do you have to lie about right now?
Oh, when I look at some of the profiles.
Okay. Well, I don't know, but I can't speak for men. Right? Because sometimes men lie for no reason. We're not talking about that. But
hey,
when they ghosting you, when they saying that you haven't seen them because they got the coronavirus and they're lying.
Okay, so let's keep it 1,000% funky. A lot of guys are using or from what I hear, using apps like Tinder and like Bumble or whatever just to hook up.
You're right. Exactly right.
So that whole hooking up thing, that's already taken off the table.
But that's not. Hold on. But that's not just men. Men on means hooking up. And
well, like she said.
But I don't need an app to hook up with anybody. I can go out on the street.
Very true. But you brought in.
I think that goes for most women.
You brought in your
right. So I'm only speaking about men right now, right? Like if you
hold on, not to cut you off real quick, but Jay Wright is flying to Ghana. He's bagging chicks in Ghana. He's bagging chicks in Japan right now.
But you could be catfish. You could be catfish for all you know.
Listen, I'm chatting with different people, and right now it's all on a friendly level. I'm not trying to bag anybody. You know what I'm saying? And not all of us are bad, and I feel more comfortable, although you can have your personal opinion, if you leave it to just people, because I see women on there too just saying, I'm just trying to get my freak on and I'm not looking for relationships. I mean, it's nothing new that, women, especially women in New York City, in some cases are more, are more like guys than guys are in some cases.
Oh, that's
and to be honest with you, I prefer to be I was already looking to be in a serious relationship. I was in a serious relationship that was close to marriage, didn't work out because of personal issues with that person. I'm not going to get into that. But, not everybody. And one thing I will say, I do feel like a lot of these single women right now, they are looking to find that guy in this environment, And I feel like they're questioning. It's really dire right now. Like they're really trying to lock down with somebody right now. But anyway, you guys can comment.
How can you lock down in the midst of a pandemic?
Well, I'm not saying
you locked down for real.
I'm not trying to say, but they're trying to maybe find the one and maybe use the fact that the physical element is out of it, for the most part, to really get to know somebody. But I'm just. Okay. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But anyway, anybody else can chime in.
Okay, so well, I think, but I think that's it. Like, I can't speak for just for me. I can't speak for what women do when they're dating men, because I only date men, right? I mean, so I can only speak from my perspective as a woman who loves men. I know for me, where I am right now in my life, I'm looking for a full-time partner. So not being in a situation where I'm being bombarded with hookup messages or like, can we link up for X, Y, and Z? That's taken off the table. And if a guy is talking about hooking up right, if you're talking about Netflix and chill right now in the coronavirus age, I'm not paying you any attention because you're a health risk. So I feel like right now is a great time for guys and girls, but definitely for women, if you're looking for a long-term situation, to actually get to a person's values, their belief systems, have deep conversations. You get to see their home environment. Like it's a lot of layers to this, and I've had some successful clients.
Right.
Who they live with, who they around. I've had some successful clients. Some clients be very successful in dating right now in the age of coronavirus because the sex is taken off the table.
Okay.
Here's one thing though. You'll find that men, I know for me, like I'm super busy, as we all are, like young professionals, super busy. I can give you all the time and all the conversation now because we're on lockdown.
Right.
But let these streets open back up and I could be outside and I could so I kind of agree with you, but then I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, but that's that jail convo. We know what that is.
I never been to jail, so I don't,
Well, if you was in New York right now on coronavirus watch, then you'd be in jail. You'd be on house arrest. So it's the same kind of situation without the bracelet.
I live in Edgewater, honey, for FYI.
Well, Scott, quick question for Skylar. Is there any circumstance right now where you would consider meeting someone, obviously with social distancing, face to face? I don't know where Skylar went. There you go. Where you would consider meeting somebody face to face, using social distancing and stuff like that. Have you considered that at any point?
It's interesting. I've been asked, and I may as well just say it's Tinder. So I've been asked by someone that I had exchanged maybe 4 sentences with. Would you like to go out for a walk? Because he lives in a neighboring community. I'm in Manhattan. And, with social distancing rules. And I thought, no,
right.
I would not. But, that was probably more because I didn't know him at all. I need to know that he's grammatically able to put together a sentence. I need to know that this boy can cook his own meals, do his own laundry, and mama ain't in the picture. I need to know whether he's educated because I'm extremely educated and I'm well traveled. So my reason for being on Tinder, as everyone who's on any kind of dating site, I believe, is looking for a connection. We all are. I mean, even if you're not looking for it right now, you are looking for that person who's going to back you, who's got your back, who's going to be that person that you want to come home to eventually. We're all here for the same reason.
Right.
But we have different levels of entree. For me, some guy writes to me, "Hey, gorgeous, you're beautiful." I'm like, "Yeah, no, sorry. Say hi." I'm not in a bar. Tinder, where it started and where it is now, are two different things. They're miles apart. And not everyone on Tinder is looking for a hookup. I truly believe that. So I think depends on where you're coming from. But in this time right now, I do believe that men are trying harder because the options are limited.
And also, I think in some cases, religion is hitting them a little bit, and they're just thinking about life a lot harder. At least I am, as somebody that survived it. Like, I'm like, man, I almost died. You know what I'm saying? So this question is for the whole panel. I guess anybody could jump in. Have you considered, obviously most of us are New Yorkers and New Jersey residents, so we're getting hit the hardest. Have any of you considered maybe leaving this area for an area less congested? And also, I guess for you, Tracy, and I'm going off a comment that my sister, who's a nurse in Virginia, told me that she's been seeing like a lot of Jersey and New York plates as, I guess, either people are trying to leave and ride this out, or who knows, maybe leave the area. But I just want to get a comment from everybody. So everybody jump in. I guess we'll start with you, Tracy, since you haven't talked in a little bit.
I see plates from all over because this is a transient area to begin with. But like you said, I do know some friends, they went up to the mountains of Roanoke because they're trying to go out where, it's less people-y, as I say, or less congested. They have some land, so they're staying out there. I know some people going to their cabin houses and just to try to get to less densely populated areas. As far as seeing New York plates, I see it all the time because of Fort Eustis. We have every branch of the military here, so I'm kind of used to seeing New York, New Jersey. I can't say I've seen anything more because there's not that many cars on the street. Only time I'm seeing people now might be like at 7 in the morning, maybe again at 3:30, 4-ish. But the rush hour like we used to have, you can get through the tunnel now with no problem. So tunnel accidents, this, when they show the radar on the news, it's like smooth sailing, wide open.
All right, Kevin, and then I guess we can go with Nick and then Skylar.
I think I'm actually about to sell this house, so I'm closing on the place I'm on now, and I wanted to stay in the neighborhood. I love this neighborhood, but I am entertaining moving back to New York, moving to Westchester, just so that if something like this, when it hits again, because it will, I want to be a little bit more secluded and away from people, but close enough to the city because, I work in the city.
Okay. Yeah. Nick?
I am my business, so wherever I go, it goes. As a psychotherapist, I probably have to move some things around. I'm thinking about leaving, but I've been thinking about leaving for a while. I'm definitely not going to Virginia because I've been there, done that. My mother lives there. But my son is older. He just got a job. He's moving on. So there's really nothing to keep me here.
Okay. And Skylar?
Well, I'm Canadian, so my entire family is in Canada, Manitoba, in Winnipeg, and in Victoria, BC. And I just moved back from Winnipeg last year because of a job. So leaving at this point is just not in the cards for me. Moving, I have stuff in North Dakota. I have 300 pairs of shoes in North Dakota, which I need to bring here. But storage is so expensive. Yes, don't judge. No shoe shaming.
I'm not judging at all.
I know the girls aren't. I know the girls.
My whole house is a closet.
I'm with you. I can shop in my house. Exactly.
I literally do.
But I love New York. I made a choice to move to New York. Every time I leave New York, I miss New York. Right now, yeah, do I want to be in Westchester? Absolutely. But if I don't have my own place, I don't want to go somewhere and be in quarantine for 14 days and give it to their, older relatives somehow. So I'm boxed in. It's such a difficult situation, but no, I wouldn't. I don't think I would move. I really wouldn't. Not yet, anyway, because my job is really important.
All right, let's get to a juicier topic, but thank you, folks. We're going to talk about sex and exes. Sex and exes. Okay, and I'm going to share.
Same sentence?
I'm going to, and either sex or just sex and exes. But basically, I'm going to share a story. I did hook up with an ex right before, and I unknowingly, because you can actually have corona be asymptomatic. At around the time that happened, it was around the time New Jersey, New York had a rule that you could still have up to 10 people around you. So your attitudes are kind of, to an extent, dictated by what the government's saying, and they don't really know about this virus, So I wound up hanging out with an ex, and, long story short, I got sick a few days later, and I was scared because, I was scared that I might have given this person corona, and if anybody else that they may hang around, relatives and whatnot. And that really scared me for her. And, I just want to, now, a lot of you guys don't have it. So I know you guys may have a different approach on it, but how do you feel about maybe hooking up with an ex or even hooking up with anybody? And I have heard stories, real quick, about this one girl who was corona positive. She went on this dating site called Hinge. I never heard of it, but Hinge. And found another guy who was corona positive. And they hooked up, and I guess in their heads, they felt that they were safe. So I just wanted to get, your comments. Are there, and also Kevin, you told me that you had a lot of females that you were, not a few females that you were dealing with simultaneously before this happened, but you just had to kind of whittle it down. But anyway, I guess we'll start with Kevin.
Some people didn't make the cut.
And then we'll go through the whole round. Go ahead, Kevin.
Talk about throwing Kevin under the bus.
Threw me under the bus. Talk about bagging. I'm on the hot seat right now.
How you know Kevin wasn't trying to back in the room?
I'm backing up and going forward. Let's go.
They didn't make the corona cut.
He made the corona cuts.
Clear it.
He's been winking at me all night. Now I know he got some other.
The roster got too long. He had too many rotations.
Hey, listen, you could be, today is Wednesday, you could be Thursday. So I'm just saying.
Dude, today's Thursday.
Oh, my God.
No, today is Wednesday.
Okay, my watch says.
Friday.
It's been Thursday all day long. It's Friday Eve, bro.
Nikki, you could be Friday, but like 2 months from now, Friday. 2 months. Oh, shoot, today is Thursday. Wow.
Man, show him the evidence.
Oh, yeah.
Friday Eve.
Hey, man, you might want to check your temperature, brother. That's the first thing that goes. Anyway.
So here we go. So I first off, anyone that asks me to let's hook up or let's even to meet, like, I don't even want to social distance with you right now. Like, if you're asking me to social distance or to meet me in person, you're already written off because something's mentally not right with you to even ask that question, in my opinion. What was the question again, though?
Why was you eliminating women?
Would you have sex with the ex?
Oh, that was one of the two.
So I would definitely have sex with an ex. But they would definitely
now.
No, in 14 days. You got to quarantine. 14 days. 15 days. I'm a little paranoid. So 15 days, then you could come by.
So that's like the new waiting period instead of 90 days or something?
I don't have a waiting period. It's either you
like... Why educate your mind judging Mr. Judge Your Clothes?
I'm not. I'm just playing. I'm not judging anybody. I mean, I don't know him. I'm just feeding off you guys.
I'm fixed.
I've been touching my face this whole time, and I didn't realize that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go wash my hands right now 6 times. I've been doing this and this, and
oh god.
Sorry.
Before we go to the next person, I guess we'll do Nick last, but we'll get to Tracy and Skylar. But I do want to add one thing, and this is something, first of all, I was actually trying to have a nurse on this show who's single, but she's actually in surgery right now and can't join us. Oh wow. Okay, that's my cousin joining. Hey, cousin. But anyway, what I was going to say, basically say was, there was a period before I got hit with the coronavirus, maybe 2 or 3 weeks before, and I don't know if it's connected, where I just had a bad cough and no other symptoms. And basically, I don't know if that was like part 1 of the coronavirus, then it took a break, and then it hit me. The next topic I want to get on to is actually drinking and being single or alone in the house. But that's another topic. But anyway, what I want to say is, luckily my ex did not catch the virus. No one in her family caught the virus. But, I'm just saying, based on my personal experience, I don't know if the 14-day, limit that we put in our head is really accurate. I'm still coughing. I'm about 90%, but I'm still coughing. I don't know 100% of whether I'm still contagious or not. I wish I had the nurse on to give me some insight, but we'll have her on next week on a different topic, but maybe we can address that. But anyway, just something to think about. But, you guys can continue. Go ahead. So let's do Skylar, Tracy, and then Nick.
So the question is, would I have sex with an ex right now during this time? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
No, to all of my exes except for one. And I can't because he's left this world, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Sorry to hear.
And I've been celibate since him. So that's a whole other topic.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people are being celibate as well, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm celibate for a different reason. I think that, honestly, it's not the safest time to even stand next to somebody. I don't think I would want to open myself up to any kind of situation that would get me sick. I'm not in my 20s anymore, and I have asthma. So these are things that I do consider. I wouldn't necessarily have it, but I would be open to conversation about, down the road.
Okay. Tracy?
I mean, right now, Corona is like the gift that keeps on giving. And so it doesn't matter if it's an ex or somebody new. Would I indulge in the ex right now? No, because they're ex for a reason. And I don't think that Corona is going to change anything from the reasons why we had broken up in the first place. And like she just said as well, when you have, as you get older, it takes a little longer to heal from certain things. And if you already have some pre-existing health conditions, I don't really want to, fool around with someone and they could be asymptomatic.
Okay.
And I in turn get sick. So.
Or we might be. You or I might be.
That's too. That's true. Yeah, you're right about that.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Tracy. Nick? Did we lose Nick?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Seko.
The answer is no. Nobody is coming in my house. I've gotten asked, but no.
Right.
And for me, like, it's unattractive for somebody to ask me to do something that may compromise my health or something they be willing to do something that may compromise their health? I mean, it's not an attractive thing right now. I mean, I'm open to other forms of sex right now.
All right, break it down. Wait a minute. So, as long as the orifices are 6 feet apart, roughly, you are.
You know what? I tried to do the math on back shots and masks, but it didn't add up to nothing that I could use. So,
yeah.
So the answer is no.
I actually have heard, and this is why I really wish I had the nurse on. Once again, we are talking about single life in the age of Corona. People's attitudes now towards it. We've got a panel of singles on right now, and I'm your host, Jay Wright. We've got Nick Banks, who's a therapist, teacher, and mobile DJ Tracy Moore, Skylar, who is a radio correspondent. And also my man, Kevin, who is a former music executive and a longtime friend of mine and a real estate executive. Just to bring you back around to the show. So anyway, Seko, can I just want to show people something real quick that I've been kind of like pushing. So can you go full on my screen here? The main thing that, helped me avoid the virus. Well, not avoid the virus. I caught it, but survived the virus is using a neti pot. This is actually put out by a company called Neomed, but you can use any brand. You can get it at CVS, Walgreens, what have you. And basically, the science behind it, or the simplicity behind it, really is if doctors on TV are telling you to wash your hands because you're going to touch your nose, why don't you rinse or wash your nose? So I can't announce this enough and how important this is, because I believe it helped rinse out and reduce the virus that was trying to build up in my nose, get down into my lungs and kill me. So I believe that was one of the things that I did. Also, using a simple pot with water, and getting a towel, holding that over your head like you're a boxer over the pot and inhaling that for about a minute or so. I believe that helps either kill or reduce the virus, because the virus cannot survive above 77 degrees. And that's not from me. That's from nurses and my sister, who's also a nurse and administrator for the past, several decades. And finally, just drinking a lot of water. Helped hydrate me, because actually the day that I started feeling symptoms, if this virus was in my system, I'm not saying, I was drinking some wine, and basically I believe the fact that I kicked a lot of sugar into my system, I do have underlying conditions, and the fact that I was dehydrating myself by drinking liquor at the time, activated the virus in my body. So that being said, drink a lot of water. Now let's move on to drinking alcohol. You see it all the time on Zoom.
Hey, Jay, we have a great question that you might want to tap into.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Jay, we have a great question you might want to tap into.
Okay.
So the question is, should we remain celibate until we get this under control?
It looks like Nick wants to say something. Go ahead, Nick.
I mean, I think you should do what's best for you. If you know the person, like I've been in the house for over a month, if my partner wasn't corona positive, he's been in the house for over a month. I trust him. I know that he would keep me safe. If you know the person and you know that they would keep you safe, and you trust them in that way, I don't know if you have to. But I mean, I feel like if you don't trust that whoever you're going to have sex with is going to be able to keep you safe, then you shouldn't be having sex with them anyway.
Agreed.
Because I mean, coronavirus is one whammy, but HIV, AIDS, HPV, there's a whole bunch of other sexually transmitted infections you can get right about now. Coronavirus, you can get a cold, a flu. So I mean, that really depends on you knowing the person and trusting them. If you don't trust them, then move. Rub one out.
Yeah, Kevin, I know your answer is probably no, but go ahead.
Here's the thing. So, I second what Nikki's saying. I second what all the other panelists are saying. But for me, if you quarantined, and I know you quarantined, like I've been quarantined, and we're both 100% honest with one another, why can't you come over for a little blow your back out section? I mean, it's only right. Like, we're all human.
Yeah. I think, Skylar already gave her answer, but if you have anything you want to add, and I guess Tracy.
Well, I think people are going to do what they want to do anyway, right? It doesn't. Oh.
Should
I keep talking?
Let's go to Skylar and then Seko, and then we can go to. There we go, Skylar.
Hey. So I think people are going to do whatever they want to do. Bottom line, should you have sex with people on? I know. I'm touching my face now. I'm coughing. It's just downhill from here.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about singles dating online, then no. I really think that people don't tell the truth because they're hiding something or they don't want to share it with you. So I think in order to be safe for yourself, for your family, and you've just recently gotten to know somebody or you've never met them before, I would really say no. But obviously, Kevin said, if you've known someone for a long time, you've both been quarantining, you live in the same building, you know each other's habits, well, then you have to decide whether that's safe or not for you.
Yeah. Tracy?
I can piggyback pretty much on what Nick said. And that is, and Skylar said, if you know the person, you feel comfortable, you all can attest to each other's time, then, and how you respect each other's bodies, then sure. I mean, I guess, why not? But if it's someone you just met, no.
Yeah, I really wish I had a medical professional on this show, but I'll just have to give you my 2 cents. My take on it is every time you do it, you're putting your life in your hands. The person, my ex, I knew her for years, but I was asymptomatic. And I mean, it was like a 90% chance that I could have, passed on, coronavirus to her. Thank God that did not happen. But, some people have it and don't know it, and we really don't know how long or short the incubation period is. Like I said, I had a period about 2 or 3 weeks prior where I, had this cough, nothing else. I wasn't thinking it was corona, but maybe there's an incubation period or a pause, and then you have to do something to trigger it. I don't know. So in answer to the person about...
So can I say something about that?
Yeah.
So we do know how long the incubation period is. The incubation period is usually so when I'm saying incubation period, what I mean by that is from the time that you ended up being exposed to coronavirus.
We're losing somebody's mic here. I think that's Nick.
The 14 days is the maximum. Huh? Yes, this is Nick. To you having symptoms and actually you getting exposed to you having symptoms. That's what that 14 days is. Usually anywhere between 2.5 days and 5 days, most people already have symptoms. How long it stays in your system? It's staying in your system probably up to a month. People are still testing positive after a month. So if you've been in the house over a month and you haven't been outside and you haven't been exposed to anybody, the chances of you having it or maybe being asymptomatic, you may be asymptomatic, but if you're asymptomatic, they don't know whether you can transmit it or not. But we're all taking chances anytime we do anything.
Right.
So and I'm not saying sex is good enough that you have to take those chances, but there are actually positive reasons outside of just making babies that people have sex.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We have a question here.
Endorphins,
Yeah. Well, we do have a question here. I do want to get to drinking and being single or alone in the house, but let's do this question here, Kevin. And he's asking Kevin. Yeah, is this making you closer to any girls that you're dating? And let's expand it and give it to the whole panel. Is this experience, making you closer to whoever you're virtually dating or otherwise. Okay.
I'm really within these I've been home 3 weeks, and I've been really like just Netflixing on my own, having a drink here and there on my own. I got my yoga mat out. I'm working out. Like, I'm just getting to know myself. But if you've been home for, taking Nikki's approach, if you've been home for 30 days or more, you could definitely come over for a back blown out session.
Okay. Anybody else want to chime in?
I said, hey, I was on 14 days. Now you got me up to 30. I'm trying to, work with it.
I'm just saying, listen.
Hey, if that extra 15 days saves a life, it saves a life. That's great. Okay, anybody else want to chime in? Because I really do want to get into the drinking, because I'm seeing... Oh, by the way, for those watching the show, if you're single, when you see us go full screen, you might not be able to see it when we're minimized like this, but everybody has their Instagram page up on... That's all of our Instagram. So if you see somebody that you're halfway interested in and you want to reach out, I guess, that's up to you. And of course, panel, that's up to you whether you want to respond. Who knows? You might get booed up right after this show. Who knows? But so anyway, so let's do the drinking, because I see a lot of it. I see people doing like happy hours and this, that, and the other. And as someone who caught it, as someone who knows that, this virus loves a lot of sugar in your system. And also, it also impairs your judgment, drinking, but also, I've drank. I don't want to make people think that, I'm a non-drinker. I've drank. I've just really, 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 really cut back as of last summer. But, I've also heard about some people actually combining liquor and, prescription medicines like Xanax and whatever. Has this virus increased your drinking, and do you foresee it to be a problem because people are using this as a stress reliever? And do you think that this is possibly impairing people's judgment to maybe, hey, drunk dial, drunk text, hey, come on over, forget the Rona. Do you think we need to be concerned about this and keep an eye on it? Or, hey, we just need to deal with the stress of it? We need something to drink or do or smoke or whatever to deal with the stress.
So if I can, there was a story that went viral a couple weeks ago. The guy was on TikTok and he said, it's the first time I've been outside of my house in 10 days. So I just want to show you what's going on, empty streets. And it happened to be recycling day. So he goes, let me see what's in my neighbor's recycling bin. It was full up. Like, if this is the recycling box, it was like this. Then he goes to the next house and the next house, and it's the same thing. Like, people are drinking. And that's fine, as long as you're not getting in your car and running around crazy. For me, I'm not a drinker. I used to be. I was a bar star. It all happened a long time ago. Okay. But every weekend, at least twice a week, I do Cards Against Humanity or Trivial Pursuit, where you do shots. I'm a 2-shot girl, and then I'm out. So that's about the only drinking I do. But I do know that the liquor store, I live right near PJ Wines, which is fantastic. Because they order everything I want at a discounted price. It's they're lovely. 2 days, that's all I need. I just call it in. Maria, can you get me this? Yes. The lineup is really long, but I think this is when you need it. You really need, a drink, especially if you've been living with someone for a short time and you're starting to get to know them, and then you have to spend the next 2 months with them in a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio apartment in Manhattan. It's insane. You need a drink. Have a drink.
Right. Okay. All right. Tracy, I guess we haven't heard from you in a bit.
I'm not much of a drinker. I mean, for me, I drink some of the, I like the fruit beers. I mean, my wine cooler is full, but for right now, I reach for a black cherry beer or a Angry Orchard.
Okay.
That's smoothing my feathers at the moment. But as far as, drinking to get drunk, that's not me.
Okay. Nick and your clients, what are you hearing?
I mean, my clients aren't drunks. So
I was just asking. You're thinking, is anybody saying that they've increased? Yeah.
Tell them, Nick.
So I have been drinking a lot more than usual. I mean, I'm like a 2-drink minimum kind of girl. I haven't been drinking what I usually drink when I go out, which is brown. I like my little Hennessy. But I have a fully stocked bar. I've had a fully stocked bar for years. I'm usually drinking when there's something going on. So like if it's Teddy Riley's big situation or yada yada. But no, I think that a lot of us are trying to do whatever we need to do to not feel our feelings. This is a brand new experience. Most of us have never gone through anything this traumatic in our whole entire life. There's no rule book of how we're supposed to be able to navigate this kind of situation. The manner of death that we're seeing, the volume of death that we're seeing, and not even having the regular death rituals. I mean, I was supposed to go to a Zoom funeral of my ex on I can't do that. So I'm not gonna judge anybody right now for not wanting for using the regular coping skills that they have to deal with what they're dealing with right now. I'll deal with that on the back end when they want to come to me for therapy.
Okay, all right. And Kev, I guess you pretty much touched on the issue, but is there anything else you want to add?
No, I mean I agree with the ladies. I think for me, I keep my bar always.
We see.
and I got it. Like that's just my thing. I don't really smoke like that. I definitely don't do drugs. So for me, I'm okay. I need a drink. I got long days still. I'm still remotely working. So yeah.
Okay. Just a reminder. Next week, we just had it up there. We're gonna have lifesavers and survivors. We're going to be talking to some folks on the front lines of the medical field, including some doctors and nurses, including Jolyn Alves, who was supposed to be on today to talk about relationships because she is single, but hopefully she's in surgery, couldn't make it. That's going to be next Thursday, 6 to 7. And we're going to be trying to do this every Thursday from 6 to 7, different topics. And also on the show, if anybody's been on my Facebook page, they know that my brother had a heart attack some years ago, had his defibrillator electrocute him last Sunday, this previous Sunday, and he actually just got a brand new heart. He's going to be joining me, and it'll be one of the first times that I'm video chatting with him to talk about his experience. And also we're going to talk about the coronavirus and different things that you can do to survive, and also just take people to the front lines. And hopefully give you guys some new insight compared to what you're already seeing on CNN and whatnot. So lifesavers and survivors. And then the week after that, we don't want to forget about our couples and married folks and folks cohabitating and booed up, so to speak. So we're going to talk about in love and on lockdown. So that'll be, so we're going to be looking for some couples and married couples. You guys can hit me on my Facebook if you're on my Facebook page, and we'll be, spreading that information over the internet if you want to join us as a guest on that show. So let me ask you guys a question. On the few times that you guys are going outside, would you ever consider, or for my ladies, since guys tend to be the aggressors here, have you ever been approached in public while you're at Walmart or at your local bodega, a store? And how do you handle that now? I mean, does that freak you out or what? So I guess we'll start with one of the ladies. I guess Skylar. Keep going back to Skylar.
Yeah. It's really funny because when people do recognize you, the first thing they say is, wow, you're really tiny. It's true, ladies. Gentlemen, the camera does add 15, 20 pounds. So that's the first thing they say. The second thing, and this has happened to me twice in the last 4 weeks. Once I was outside of Seatown carrying like 3 bags of groceries. And I was sweaty because of the mask and I couldn't breathe. Ugh. And this guy's like, hey, Skylar. Yeah? You want to get a coffee? No. I said, no, right now I've got groceries. I'm thinking in my head, absolutely not. Are you insane? 2, I don't know you. 3,
you don't see me struggling with these groceries?
Exactly.
I mean, there were a lot of thoughts that went through my head, but basically, what are you doing? And no, absolutely. Well, he probably didn't want to touch the bag. I don't know. Maybe he didn't think it through. But yeah, I just wanted to run. The other time I was on my way to work, this is before everything was shut down, and I had my badge. So, are you the girl on, the afternoons? And I said, yeah, I am. Yes. Can we like hang out sometime? But this happens a lot when people recognize you. So they don't really think about it. They just kind of look like, oh my gosh, do I know you from high school? They're trying to pinpoint where they know you from. And then they get all flustered. So that could have something to do with it. I don't know. But it's always weird. It's always weird. It never gets easier.
Yeah, and weirder now in the age of Corona. Tracy?
Yeah.
What was the question? Have I been approached since?
Have you been approached in public, and are you open to it, or is in this age are you just extra paranoid about the whole situation?
No, actually, I haven't been. No one's approached me at the post office, the Costco, the Walmart. No, I mean, I haven't really been anywhere. I did have a gentleman help me close my garage door. He introduced himself, who he was. I did the same. Then I realized we're standing less than 6 feet from each other.
Yeah.
But aside from that, no, it's been pretty dry party here.
All right. Nick?
I mean, I have to walk my dog every day, but I try to go at a time that I'm avoiding people. So no, it hasn't been a thing. And I don't have one of those kind of faces that invite people to speak to them.
I get that too. Yeah, that's the Brooklyn face.
Yeah, you got that PK, I might cut you.
I gotta change my face.
Yeah.
I gotta change my face.
Yeah,
I think you add the mask on and like my glasses and the hoodie. My face with my scarf on, going to walk the dog. It ain't. I mean, you would think that would turn people off, but usually, like on a normal day without the mask and stuff, the worse I look, the more guys want to talk to me. Honestly, but no.
What about you, Kevin? Would you consider approaching a woman out in public nowadays?
Nah, that's kind of weird. That's actually, I think this is not the time to be approaching women. And women are definitely approaching me.
Oh, all right, Pippin.
No, I'm joking.
From the house?
Nah, it's weird.
What's Kevin out here doing?
It must be the beard. It's the beard. That's what it is. Ladies, yeah, there you go.
My dog literally did the same thing.
Any dude that's approaching you women, and you 3 women are beautiful. Any guy that's approaching you, something ain't right with him. Something's not right with him right now.
Yeah.
That is not approaching us?
Yeah.
No. Any guy that is approaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like he's not putting the 2 together. He's not a smart dude that any of you should be entertaining.
Yeah, I've been keeping this a secret. Actually, Kevin is actually Jadena, and he's saying Classic Man. That's why he's getting approached by so many ladies. I'm joking. But anyway, let's talk about, let's say this coronavirus quarantine is over, okay? What do you perceive to be the new reality as far as dating goes? Like, as for me, I'm seeing like people going out on dates with masks on. you know, going and sitting and watching a movie with your surgical mask on and your rubber gloves on, you know, because this thing is probably going to be something that comes back and recurs like the flu, where you have different strains coming out. So is there anything about the dating scene that you think is forever gone from now on? And what about something as simple as that first kiss? Is now that something that's, you know, going to be pushed back even further now? You know, you're going on a date with a mask on, you're sitting in a restaurant with rubber gloves and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on that? What's going away? What's changing? And would you even consider kissing somebody that you don't know?
It's almost like you're equating corona to an STD. Well, you know, it's like you're taking the same, similar precautions. And, you know, I think that, I know for me going forward, having had the conversation, they could open up Virginia on the 11th of June. I still have to wear a mask. I still have to take the same precautions that I'm taking now, as long as there's no vaccine for it, no cure for it. I think that for many of us through the end of the year, we're still going to be having to take the same contact precautions and just precautions in general.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying it's an STD like you have it forever, like luggage. I'm just saying.
But it is a gift that keeps on giving. I mean,
well, it's around, and you may not know who's asymptomatic or not. So there's always that question mark. But that was just my only, you know. That's why I made the question. But anyway, anybody else want to chime in? Is there anything that you think is now gone as a result of the coronavirus stepping into our lives?
Well, here's the thing with the coronavirus. These are the things that the scientists know. Coronavirus is here to stay. Everybody is going to be infected at some point. Some will be asymptomatic, some will be symptomatic and recover, and some will be symptomatic and not recover. But there are 8 strains of coronavirus here, so it's part of our life now. There's no changing that. The only reason that we're on lockdown is so that we can protect our elderly and we can slow it down enough so that our medical professionals can deal with it. And it doesn't have to go, you know, it doesn't have to be a peak. The bottom line is we're going to have to live in the age of corona, however that is. And we're going to have to be as normal as it is, because it is, yes, it's a lot more dangerous than the cold, a lot more deadly, but it's here to stay. We can't get rid of it. There's no getting rid of it. Vaccine or no vaccine. So eventually, I don't know when that'll be, but we're going to just have to open ourselves up to what's in the air. It's airborne.
Yeah. Actually, folks, we are going to have to begin wrapping up. Real quick comments, try to keep it to, you know, about 10, 15 seconds if you can, and then we're going to sign off. My friend Seko / producer, if you could put that link up for my brother. I am trying to raise some funds for my brother. If you have it, if you don't, it's okay. We'll do it next time. But catch my brother. There you go. There's the link. Please support that. And if you could leave that up as everybody makes their closing statements, and then we'll wrap. Thank you guys, first of all. And then let's start with Kevin right now, and then we'll just go through with Nick and Tracy, and then we'll wrap. Okay.
All right. So I'll defer to either Nick, Tracy.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Nick.
I don't feel like anything is going to change.
Okay.
For me, I love myself to know that I'm going to be safe no matter what I do. So, I mean, I just put safety first, regardless of whatever the situation is.
All right. Tracy?
I say the same. My position is safety and wisdom first, and doing what's best for me and those around me to stay safe.
Okay, I'm going to let Seko have the last words. First of all, thank you guys so much for joining me on the show. Once again, friends, if you can, check out that link to help my brother who's on disability. And thank you, God bless, and just thank you for your time, guys. And maybe we'll have you guys on future shows. Seko?
Yes, sir. Hey, you've been watching The Fly Guy Show. The Fly Guy Show. We keep things fly. It's a series of melanated conversations to help improve our situation, our collective situation. We had some great, beautiful women on tonight. We had some great guests on tonight. Hey, stay fly. Stay fly.
Is that it? Are we still on?
I think that's it. I think we
lost.
Stay fly, 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 stay fly.
The views expressed by the guests are only the views of the guests, unless we say we agree. Unless explicitly stated.
Stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly, stay fly.